Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about product fails that I didn't want to give up on. So I kept trying them in different ways, and some of the products I actually found a completely different use for, while other ones I just sort of tweaked my application method and was able to come up with something that actually worked for me. And also, this video is not product specific, so you can take these tips and use them with any of the other products that you might have in your collection that are similar. So anyway guys, why don't we go ahead and jump right in and get started. Okay, so product number one is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. So I bought this at Sephora a while ago. It's way past the return window at this point, but I kept hearing so much hype about it that I wanted to try it. It was actually one of the first Charlotte Tilbury products I ever purchased, and unfortunately this did not work for me. I know a lot of people love this foundation, but I just found it to be a little bit too high coverage, and also it looked a little bit dry on my skin. And honestly, the claims are that it's supposed to be kind of like a pore minimizing or line minimizing formula, that it's supposed to be really good for mature skin types, and that's me, but for some reason this just looked very mask-like and very cakey. So I decided to try mixing it with other things just because I don't want this bottle to go to waste. I mixed it with primers, with, I put a couple drops of oil into it. And the thing I actually like mixing it with the best is a moisturizer. So today I'm mixing it with Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. I got this little jar at Sephora when I was at the checkout line because I wanted to try it. And I think this is a beautiful combination, but you can use this with any moisturizer you want to. It really doesn't matter, whatever one you're comfortable using and that you like. And also that goes for foundation as well. It doesn't have to be this specific foundation. If you have one that's just too dry on your skin or just too heavy coverage, try this trick. So I just put a little bit of the moisturizer on the back of my hand, then I did 1 or 2 pumps of the foundation, mix it all together, and then using a damp beauty sponge, this one is the one from Nabla, I just press it into my skin. I do find again that this applies best with a damp beauty sponge because that helps to thin out the formula even more. With a brush you'll get a little bit heavier coverage, and same thing with your fingers. But I found that I actually really love this foundation when it's just sheared out a little bit with the moisturizer, and also it adds a little bit of extra hydration that I need. Going into the summer, I'm not sure how this is going to work out yet because I bought it in the fall, I think it was, so it was a little bit colder by that point and my skin was already really dry. So I'm really happy that I'm able to use this foundation and that it didn't go to waste. The next product I want to talk about is highlighters, because I have an entire drawer of them behind me and I never use them anymore because I just find highlighter to be, I don't know, it was kind of a fad that I was never really into, but I used it because everybody was doing it, and I used them in videos because I knew that people wanted to see reviews on certain ones, and now I feel like that's died down a little bit, but I just have this whole drawer behind me and I never reach for them. So I started trying to think of how I could use this instead, and I tried putting some on the back of my hand, mixing a little bit of moisturizer into it and creating my own like cream highlight, and that really didn't work out so well just because for some reason the highlight would cause the cream to like get chunky, and it just, I don't know, it didn't work. So I just started playing around with different methods, and what I found works really well is to take a damp beauty sponge and apply it that way. So what I do is I take a little bit of highlighter. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Rose Gold. I put this on the back of my hand, and then I take a damp beauty sponge and dip it right in and then apply it directly to my face. And this gives the most beautiful subtle highlight, even though this highlighter in particular is not subtle if you apply it with a brush. Just doing it this way gives your skin this luminosity that doesn't look glittery, it doesn't look overly shimmery, and I found that it really doesn't accentuate my pores because it just gives like that lit from within glow that a really subtle highlighter would give. So with this trick I feel like you could turn just about any highlighter in your collection, even if it's a super intense one, into that really soft subtle glow that just kind of catches the light when you turn your head and looks like you're glowing from within. The next trick has to do with matte liquid lipsticks. So I got these ColourPop Luxe lipsticks. These are the Luxe Velvet ones. I got them in PR from ColourPop. They sent me so many different shades and they are beautiful, but on my lips they just look so dry. My lips are dry to begin with, and then on top of that I have a lot of lines in them. So matte liquid lipsticks are just not my friend when it comes to putting them on my lips, and I was so disappointed because I had tried out a bunch of these, and really usually I give makeup that I've swatched already to friends of and family, but once I've put something on my lips, I kind of feel a little funny about that, and most of them don't want it because who wants my germs at the end of the day, especially in the winter time, right? So I thought, what am I going to do with these, because I don't want to throw them away. And then it hit me, what if I use them as a cream blush, because they're not glossy or goopy, they actually dry down. They're a really beautiful mousse-like formula. So I decided to do that, so I'll show you what that looks like, and this one is in the shade Keep It Coy. And I love this mauvey pink shade. It's one of my favorites to use as a cream blush, and these blend so nicely on the cheeks, and you can build them up to whatever intensity you want, but because they dry down, they don't stay dewy and tacky. And I also find that they don't move your foundation around that much either, so I love these for cream blush, and I have so many colors now that I'm really excited. The formula of these kind of reminds me a little bit of the ones that have been coming out recently, like from Milani and CoverGirl. So if you have matte liquid lipsticks just sitting around, even if it's not these, if it's other types, you can totally use them as cream blushes, and that goes for bullet lipsticks as well. I think the only thing that probably wouldn't work out so well is maybe a gloss or some type of really glossy, sticky formula, but anything that dries down, I think like a matte liquid lipstick that's a little more liquidy and less velvety or moussey than these might act more like one of those liquid blushes or the ones that are like a stain, but those are really nice too and really long lasting, and I find these to be very long lasting on my cheeks as well. So definitely try out a matte liquid lipstick as a blush sometime. I think you'll be really surprised. The next product is an eyeshadow palette, or actually a series of eyeshadow palettes, and these are the Milani Gilded palettes. You guys know, because I've talked about it in so many videos, how disappointed I am in these because the formulas changed from the original Milani formula that I knew and loved so much, and I think they made these talc free, so that's probably why they changed the formula. I know a lot of people are avoiding talc these days because it could potentially contain asbestos, so I get that, and I like that they did that, but I just wish I liked this formula a little bit more, particularly the matte shades. The shimmer shades I feel like are okay. Some of them are hit and miss, but for the most part they perform all right. It's the matte shades that are overly dusty and powdery and almost just blend away on your eyes as you're trying to blend them. So I've been trying this out with different primers, hoping to get it to work well, and I finally found my answer, and that is the Ulta Beauty eyeshadow primer. So this little tube that I have, I got as part of a holiday kit. I will definitely be purchasing the full size. This one is almost gone, but this primer is amazing. I know a lot of you have recommended it to me. It covers absolutely everything. It creates a really tacky base for eyeshadow, and normally I don't like blending mattes over a primer because I feel like they grab too much then and they don't blend, but with a super overly blendable formula like this one, it actually helps to keep it in place and keep it exactly where I want it. So I ended up putting this Ulta primer all over my eyelids, and as you can see, it is super high coverage. It cancels out everything, every bit of darkness and veins on my eyelids and everything. So then I went in with the Milani palette, and I picked the shade Offline, which is this really beautiful dusty pink. It's one of my favorite shades in the Gilded Nude palette. I should have mentioned that. This is the Gilded Nude palette. And when I went to use this as a transition shade over the Ulta primer, it actually blended out the way that I wanted it to. The Ulta primer grabbed it a little bit more. It wasn't going everywhere. It didn't completely blend it away into nothingness, which I absolutely loved. I was so impressed by that. And this look that I did today was really just a quick 2-color look. I used the shade DGAF on my lid, and I just wanted to kind of match my outfit a little bit and do like a deep purple kind of smoky eye. And while I still like the old Milani formula so much better, and these really aren't my favorite palettes in the world, I didn't want them to go to waste. I still wanted to be able to get some use out of them, and I feel like with this primer I can do that now. So if you haven't tried out this eye primer yet from Ulta Beauty, definitely check it out. I think you'll be really impressed. Alright, so then moving on to lipsticks. When you have a lipstick that is too dark straight out of the tube, I have a little trick that might help you to be able to wear it or make it more wearable for you. Now, I'm not saying dark lipsticks aren't wearable. They absolutely are, and anybody who likes dark lipsticks, this does not apply to you. But for me personally, I like a lighter wash of color on my lips. And I got a whole bunch of lipsticks from Huda Beauty, and there's some darker shades in there that when I apply them straight from the tube, they come out looking really deep and dark, and it's just not my thing. It's not my vibe. So I kind of feel like those lipsticks are going to waste. And this can also happen to any of you, even if you're not receiving PR from anybody. Just sometimes you order lipstick online and it comes out in a shade that you didn't really expect, or you buy something at the drugstore that you couldn't swatch and you get it home and it goes on too dark. So I actually learned this tip from Lisa Eldridge. I'll link this video down below because she had some really great tips for making darker lipsticks not so dark. And one of the easiest ways to do it is, instead of applying it directly from the tube and getting that full color pigment, is to just take some on your finger and pat it into your lips that way. So what I did with this lipstick, and this is the shade Dirty 30 by the way from Huda's matte collection. First I'll show you what it looked like applied straight from the tube. So it's definitely a lot darker than I wanted it to be. So what I did is just mixed it with a little bit of lip balm. So I'm using the Milani Rose Butter Lip Mask. I love this so much. It's one of my favorite lip balms these days. So I mixed it with that on the back of my hand, and then I just took my finger and pressed it right into my lips. But I just feel like it complements my fair skin tone a lot better when it's just a little bit more diffused. So if you have some lipsticks in your collection that you're not wearing because you feel like they're too dark for your preferences, mix it with a little bit of lip balm or just pat it on with a finger and you'll just get almost a completely new lipstick color. And also, if you get a lipstick that's too light for you, like this one from MAC, this is the Patent Paint Lip Lacquer in the shade Magic Mirror. So this is like a really light peachy color, and I know in the past, like, I've purchased nude lipsticks that I thought looked really good online, and then I got it home and it made like concealer lips on me. It was way too light for my liking. You can just go ahead and mix it with a different shade, maybe something that's too dark for you, and then the two together would make a perfect mix. So I'm mixing it here with the shade Lacquered Up, and I just put the two on the back of my hand and then just swirl my finger around, and it just makes this really beautiful kind of peachy pink color. And again, it's like you have a whole new lipstick. So I know this is kind of common sense, but I think a lot of us just forget to like play with our makeup a little bit and try out different things. We sometimes just put something on and be like, oh, this doesn't work for me, and toss it aside, and that's it. But the whole point of this video is just to play, because makeup is supposed to be really fun. Now, this lipstick that I made doesn't go with my look at all. So then I went a step further and took a purple shade that MAC had sent me. This one is called Varnished Reputation, and I would never wear a purple lipstick on its own, but if you go ahead and mix the purple in with this shade that I created, it gives it a little bit more of a purple tone that goes with the look that I'm wearing today. But it's not like putting a straight purple lipstick on my lips, which is something that I probably would not do on a regular basis. So if you have lipstick colors that you just feel like don't look good on you as is, try mixing them with other ones and come up with your own combinations. Next up, I have another foundation hack, and this is the Bite Beauty Changemaker foundation. So I purchased this one not that long ago, but I'm just not a fan of how it kind of settles into fine lines and pores, and just the finish of it is not my favorite. It's not like a super full coverage like this one. It doesn't look necessarily like dry on my skin, so that wasn't the problem. I just don't really like how it sits on my face. So instead of that, what I'm planning to do with this, and what I do with all foundations that don't really work out for me, is I keep it in my bathroom, and in the summertime when I'm showing more skin, like on my legs and arms, I use the foundation and mix it in with a little bit of body lotion and thin it out, and it just gives my legs and my arms a little bit of coverage. So if you're really pale like me, you probably know the struggle of seeing spider veins or redness poking through on your legs in the summertime, and I feel like that's why so many of us self-tan, but I don't really like self-tanning just because I feel like it always looks splotchy and uneven on me. So my solution is always to just mix a couple drops of foundation in with my body lotion, and it just evens things out a little bit and just minimizes and kind of hides those imperfections. The only thing I'll say though is you need to let it dry before you go and sit down anywhere, but once it sets, it's usually good. And I don't use so much foundation that it's going to be like rubbing off all over the place. Really just a few drops mixed in with lotion gives just a hint of coverage. So it just kind of, like I said, smooths everything out a little bit. It's not going to hide everything. So basically that's what I do with foundations that don't work out for me, and that way they don't go to waste. Alright, so next I have just a couple of skincare products that I wanted to share with you that didn't work out in one way or another. So the first one is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. So I actually talked about this in a video over the summer, but I've gotten a lot of new subscribers since then, so you may not have seen that video. So this I heard rave reviews about, but when I went to put it on my face, it was a little bit too strong for me and it burned my skin. I know some people said you can kind of like work up to it or get used to it, but I just decided not to. I actually use the Pixie Glycolic Toner, and that one is at 5%, and for some reason that one doesn't bother my skin at all. So I figured I would just stick to that one, but then what was I gonna do with this whole bottle? And then one day I just decided to put a little bit on my legs because I was getting those KP bumps on my legs and also on the backs of my arms. So I put this on there in an effort to minimize those, and it helped so much. It helped better than any scrub or lotion that I've ever used. So I started putting this on every day, and also on my knees I had kind of some rough patches, and this just smoothed everything out. After a couple of weeks my skin looked so much better. So I put this on first and then layer a body lotion on top, and it's just worked so well to smooth out my skin, get rid of those dry patches, and also those KP bumps. So if you find something that doesn't necessarily work for your face, try testing it out on your body and you might be really surprised. Another product I got recently that I wasn't crazy about was the Soap & Glory Peaches and Cream Deep Cleansing Milk. So if you ever have a cleanser that you're not a fan of, and for me this one I didn't like it just because it left like a little bit of a film on my face, and it just felt like it wasn't getting my face as clean as I wanted it to, despite all of the claims that it has. I decided instead to use this to clean my beauty blenders and my brushes so it doesn't go to waste, and it's really been great for that actually because it's a very gentle cleanser. So I find that it gets those things clean and I don't need a separate brush or beauty blender cleaner. You can also use shampoo, which I was using, but rather than use up the shampoo that I like on that, I would rather just use something that isn't working for those things instead. And then last but not least, if you have a facial oil that doesn't work out for your skin for one reason or another, this one for me is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Bright Booster Oil Elixir. I just found this to be a little bit too greasy and heavy for the skin on my face, but what I use this for instead is I mix a few drops in with my body lotion, and it makes such a big difference in hydrating my skin. Oils are great at preventing moisture loss on the surface of your skin, but they don't always give as much moisture as a body lotion would. But the problem with just using a body lotion is that they're water-based, so they'll evaporate throughout the day, and you don't want that to happen. So if you mix in a few drops of oil into a body lotion and then just mix it together in your hands, it creates the most perfect body moisturizer where the oil kind of helps seal everything in and prevent that moisturizer from evaporating, but then the moisturizer gets really deep down into your skin with all the good ingredients. So if you have an oil that you don't necessarily love using on your face, try mixing it in with a body lotion instead because it thins it out a little bit. It's not as greasy that way, and at least you'll get some use out of it. Alright guys, so that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to let me know down below and also give this video a thumbs up. And I would also love to hear from you guys in the comments what your hacks are for makeup that you can't use. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here in the corner of your screen, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!